The hidden heart of the highlands? There are towns that feel like stories, and San de los Casas is one of them. Perched high in the mountains of Chiapas, this is not just another place on the map. It's a blend of history, color, and spirit that somehow wraps itself around you. It's the kind of town that speaks softly but stays with you long after you leave. Its streets tell tales older than Mexico itself. Long before the Spanish ever arrived, the highlands were home to the Tzotzil and Tzeltal peoples, two proud branches of the Mayan world. Their languages, their traditions, their rhythms of life still echo through the valley. Then came the Spaniards in 1528, led by Diego de Mazariegos, who planted the seeds of colonial architecture and Catholic influence. At first, they called it Villa Real de Chiapas. Centuries later, it would carry the name of a man who defended the very people the empires sought to control, de las Casas. Today, San de las Casas stands as a town built on contradictions. Indigenous yet colonial, peaceful yet passionate, timeless yet buzzing with creative energy. It's officially recognized as a pueblo, but its magic doesn't come from a title. It comes from what you feel the moment you arrive. It's not just the churches, the cobbled alleys, or the fresh mountain air. It's something deeper. There's a pulse to this place, a quiet intensity. It draws in artists, thinkers, wanderers, and healers. And while it may not be overflowing with foreigners like other expat hubs, those who do find their way here often end up staying longer than they planned. San isn't trying to impress you. It doesn't chase trends or play tourist. It invites you to slow down, to look closer, to live more consciously. If you're seeking authenticity over convenience, depth over distraction, this place may be exactly what you didn't know you were looking for. A life lived in layers. Life in San unfolds in layers, just like its weather. At over 2,200 meters above sea level, the town breathes cool and clean. Unlike the sweltering coasts of Mexico, the climate here leans toward the gentle side of Chile. Days are often crisp and sunlit, perfect for a sweater and a stroll. But as night falls, temperatures dip, and maybe a cup of hot chocolate made from locally grown cacao. The year breaks neatly into two rhythms, the dry season and the rainy season. From November through April, the air is dry, the skies are clear, and the sunsets paint the mountains in gold. It's the ideal time to wander, to sit outdoors, to soak it all in. Then come the rains from May to October, and with them, the town turns lush and green. Mornings may start sunny, but by afternoon the clouds roll in, tapping rooftops and watering gardens. The rain doesn't interrupt life. Here it's simply part of it. And while the weather may greet you first, it's the people who truly shape the town. San's identity is deeply rooted in its indigenous heritage. The presence of Tzotzil and Tzeltal communities is not something you sit, something you feel. In the colors of the woven textiles, in the rhythms of native languages spoken in the markets, in the quiet strength of women carrying centuries of tradition with every step. Still, there's room for everyone. Though it's not a typical expat hotspot, those who come and stay usually do so with intention. Artists, musicians, wanderers, people drawn not by luxury, but by meaning, find inspiration in the authenticity of the town. Here, life is lived closer to the ground. Locals still shop at the same family-run corner stores their grandparents did. People greet each other by name. There's a quiet rhythm to it all, a sense that rushing is not only unnecessary, it's almost disrespectful. You won't need much to feel at home. Learn a few words in Spanish. Buy your fruit at the local market. Support the vendors who've been there for generations. In a world that often feels like it's speeding up, San offers an invitation to slow down, to live simply, to live presently, to live differently. If you ever choose to call San home, you'll quickly discover that life here isn't measured in square meters or luxury finishes. It's measured in morning light, neighborly smiles, and how close you are to your favorite. The town itself is compact, small enough to walk nearly anywhere, but alive with enough rhythm to never feel quiet. Most residents live in or around the central neighborhoods where colonial charm blends seamlessly with daily life. Streets are lined with vibrant homes, cozy, and shops run by the same families for decades. You don't need a car. In fact, you might forget what traffic feels like. This is the kind of place where walking becomes part of your routine and your joy. When it comes to housing, the cost of living here is refreshingly gentle. A furnished one-bedroom apartment, simple, clean, with a little patio or terrace can cost you anywhere from 4,000 to 7,000 pesos a month. It all depends on the amenities, whether utilities are included, if there's cleaning service, or if you're sharing the space with a dog or a dozen potted plants. Larger homes, 2 or 3 bedrooms, range between 6,000 and 10,000 pesos. The difference in price has less to do with neighborhood and more to do with lifestyle. Whether you want a colonial gem tucked in the center or a hillside escape with a view, the town has room for every kind of rhythm. And unlike most places in Mexico, San rarely needs heating or air conditioning. The climate is so kind that your electricity bills will thank you. Often, landlords even include it in the rent. But here's the thing, while prices are accessible, it's important to live with awareness. San, like many towns across Mexico, is seeing the ripple effects of foreign interest. Rents can rise quickly when outsiders overpay, so be mindful. Learn what locals pay. Avoid offering more just to close the deal faster. Fairness isn't just a gesture, here it's a form of respect. If you're new to town, having a trusted local contact can make all the difference. Someone to help you avoid scams, understand the lease, and spot the difference between a good deal and a tourist trap in disguise. Because when you rent here, you're not just getting four walls, you're stepping into a community, a real one, and that community deserves care. Living well, living fully, living in San isn't just affordable, it's refreshingly simple. Utilities are modest here. Electricity costs are low, especially since there's no need for air conditioning or heating. You might spend anywhere between 500 and 800 pesos every 2 months, sometimes even less. You'll be happy to know that high-speed internet has carved its way into the mountain town. Fiber optic packages are available in central areas, with 1 Gbps plans averaging around 1,600 to 1,800 pesos per month. It's home to a growing network of organic producers, selling everything from vegetables and seeds to cosmetics and herbal teas. Here, sustainability isn't a trend, it's tradition. Or take a Colectivo, one of the shared vans that move locals through fixed routes for just 15 to 30 pesos. Taxis cost around 50 to 60 pesos for in-town trips. Buses connect you to Tuxtla and beyond, and the nearest airport is just 90 minutes away, linking you to the rest of Mexico and even select international destinations. If your needs are simpler, basic plans start as low as 300 pesos. To notice more, to greet people, to linger. For more serious care, there's HM San, a private hospital offering everything from surgeries to pediatric and OB services. It's a place that reminds you how to live. A few doctors speak English, but learning a handful of Spanish emergency phrases will always serve you better than Google Translate. Just make sure you're in a fiber-ready zone, or consider Starlink, which many remote workers are already switching to. Water, provided by the local agency, costs around 300 to 500 pesos a month. Local markets brim with fresh produce, colorful spices, handmade cheeses, and warm tortillas made steps from where you stand. Whether it's Mercado Castillo Tielman's, the bustling Southern Mosier Market, or the artisan stalls in Santo Domingo, each one is a window into the culture and a reminder of how close food and community truly are. And gas used for cooking or heating water adds another 300 or so to your monthly total. Many rentals even include utilities in the rent, but always asked, because in a town built on trust and conversation, the answers are usually a quick question away. And if you're a remote worker or digital nomad, groceries here are more than affordable. They're an experience. And what about health? You're covered. Pharmacies are everywhere, and many of them have doctors on site for walk-in consultations that cost as little as 50 pesos. As for getting around, forget Uber. Here, you walk. But the real transportation here, it's the pace. San teaches you to move differently. San de las Casas has captured even a piece of your heart today. Just know it's only the beginning. Mexico is full of places like this. Towns with soul, history, and heart. And if you're curious to explore more of them beyond the resorts, and then join us, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell. Till next time, take care, travel slowly, and stay curious.